Welcome back. Well, a new poll out this week shows President Trump's approval rating among black voters at a record high 40%.
245 times he says, don't remember, don't recall, and don't know. He didn't know much about Christopher Steele.
The Trump administration has already implemented 64% of agenda items called for by an organization he really respects, the Heritage Foundation. The conservative think tank claims at this stage of Reagan presidency, for example, he's completed just 49% of his agenda.
This is collusion, illusion. There is nothing here. There is no smoking gun here.
Democrats can't find their smoking gun to tie the Trump campaign to Russia after James Comey's testimony.
But you're right. There's no evidence right now that suggests that there was a campaign finance violation involving the president himself.
He was operating in a world where Hillary Clinton was going to be president of the United States, based his decisions based on that assumption. Just let that sink in. That is effectively, whether he was doing it consciously or subconsciously, a baked-in political bias in our intelligence agencies.
I'm also surprised that Clapper used the word spy, because even though he was the chief spy in the United States in the Obama era, they don't like to use that word.
More text messages between former FBI employees Peter Strzok and Lisa Page reveal others were, quote, leaking like mad.
It is a cesspool of corruption, and the people who did this, they need to be brought to justice.
It's clear that they had eyes and ears all over the Trump campaign.
Donations to the Clinton Foundation taking a huge plunge during Hillary's run for the White House.
Tell us a little bit about what's going on in France right now. There's some violent protests. It's over fuel prices.
The big picture, he's got 26% approval rating. He thought he'd pick up a few points by beating up on President Trump.
With President Trump forcing NATO and the European Union to pay its fair share.
We made huge impact this year. Like I said, 45-year low at one point last year in illegal border crossings.
President Trump is a man of his word, and he said he was going to be tough on the border, and he is tough on the border.
Republicans and the president, they've come in with a fair deal of saying, look, you wanted a long-term reauthorization on the CHIP program.
There are millions of Americans who have Obamacare. My daughter's got it, although the deductible is so high, she's never been able to actually profit from it.
How do they go home and explain that they care so much for people who are here illegally that they're willing to shut down the American military?
He said House just passed a bill that fully funds government and enables President Trump to secure our border, build the wall. Senate can do same by eliminating the filibuster. 51 votes, same as we do for judges.
With the American economy hitting on all cylinders, this morning more good news, this time for the middle class. The median household income rose above $61,000 last year, the highest recorded level ever.
There are 7.1 million jobs available in America today. That is an all-time high.
When it comes to the president's economic wins, according to our brain room on October 16th, which is yesterday, the big three didn't cover it for 1 second on their nightly news. The headline is Trump says, don't blame me if Democrats take the House. That's on Drudge right now. And then you go to the Associated Press thing and it says Trump tells AP he won't accept blame if the Republicans lose the House. Well, he did not say that.
Unfortunately, there was a group of people probably around my age that thought it would be funny to throw water at me and then start chanting profanity.
We can talk about mission accomplished and whether or not he should have tweeted that, but more importantly, the focus of the media after such an important mission had happened, and as you've heard from the generals, a successful one.
The Army reopened the case after that interview and after he interviewed with the CIA, now officially charging Goldstein with murder. Rapper Jay-Z, now the latest celebrity to slam President Trump. Watch this.
It's a very dangerous program. Look, in the Nixon era, when President Nixon used the FBI and the CIA to spy on his political opponents, the response to that was FISA, Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. I don't understand why Donald Trump is in favor of this. His woes began with unlawful foreign surveillance and unconstitutional domestic surveillance of him.